Hello, Libra. And happy birthday to those Libras who have their solar returns in October. So I have to start off talking about what's happening in the sky astrologically in October. It's a lot, and I'm just going to say one thing: lay low, lay low, lay low. We have 2 full moons. We have a blue moon at the end of the month on Halloween, okay? And both of these full moons are very, let's call it dynamic. The first one in Aries is really going to bring, for some people, a sense of frustration, and that's actually on the 1st, which is probably the day that these videos are going out, where you want something and you feel like you can't get it. Well, hang tight, because eventually you will. So be patient, which I know is going to be hard with the Aries full moon, but you know, be patient and also stay out of trouble. And the same thing goes for the Taurus full moon on Halloween, the 31st of October. Uranus is hanging around, which means expect the unexpected, and people, it's going to be a few days before the election, and people are going to be feeling insecure. So stay out of drama, please. Now in the middle of the month, though, we have a nice new moon in Libra. So this will be a really good time to do an interesting experiment, which is to write down some relationship goals that you have, and then take some action to try and make them happen, and then check in on the next new moon and see where you ended up. Okay, Libra, let's see what the cards have in store for you for October. So, I like this. Really, where we're starting out is a very nice, grounded energy for you, and you have justice hanging around. And I really like that, because what it means is some practical actions that you have taken in the last few months are actually going to bring you some dividends right now, this month. So for those of you who made some maybe difficult decisions, you know, at the time, or tightened your belt so you'd have a little extra later, this bodes really well for that. And if you haven't done that yet, maybe you should go ahead and take a look around and see maybe what are some practical things you can do to set yourself up for success. You also have, so we have 2 energies. We have the King and Queen of Pentacles here. I really like that. Ooh, and you've got the lucky placement. You have the last card in the deck as the last card in your reading. That's super lucky. That's about the happily ever after. So what I'm going to say is that there is just an energy of doing what you need to do when you need to do it. And by the way, October is going to be a great month for that, where, you know, maybe you're not really geeked about doing something, but you do it because you know down the road it's going to pay off, and it will pay off big time, everybody. This month in October, we have Mars retrograde and Mercury retrograde, which is sort of like a double whammy. So that isn't all bad. So I think one of the reasons there's a lot of this Earth energy coming up for you this month is that this isn't a month to push ahead. This is a month to be conservative. It's a great month for doing healing work and release work. So instead of starting maybe a new regime, you would work on letting something go, right? And it should be easier than usual and more beneficial than usual if you're going to let something go, like, let's say, overspending, or sugar, or alcohol. You know, hey, why not do Sober October and save yourself some money and help your liver, okay? This would be a great month for Sober October with this much retrograde. And then the benefits coming up, you know, in the new year would be really wonderful for you. You'd save money, you know, there's a lot of benefits to it. I love that you have the sun. You are represented as the sun this month. So a lot of people are going to be looking to you for support, and I think that's great because you are, this month, you are the Earth Mama and the Sun. So because you are a person who has oftentimes a significant ability to do what you need to do, a lot of you Libras, even though you're air, you're the most grounded of the air signs. In general, Libras tend to be a lot more grounded than Geminis and Aquariuses overall, okay? So, but what I'm going to say with that is that you want to make sure that you're pulling in some boundaries, especially this month, which is going to be a little bit heavy. You want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, you're doing a lot of self-care, and you're not just like letting everybody need you all the time. You can be like, yes, you can need me between 2 and 5 on Tuesdays, okay? And I really need to stress the self-care element, because the truth is that even when I look at what's going on in your relationship world, you have this card that talks about resting and retreating. So even when it comes to relationship and your primary other, or if you're dating or whatever, and this really works in tandem with this astrological energy of October, which is inward, it's tying up loose ends, it's doing healing work, it's release work, more than pushing forward. And you know, the middle of the month on the new moon, which I believe is the 16th, which is in Libra, is a great time to set goals for the next month rather than pushing forward this month. Like I said, by the end of October, the beginning of November, you're going to have this gorgeous energy come in of the Six of Cups with the World. What this means, this is such a great card for just enjoying what you have. And I think that that's the gist of this reading for this month, Libra. It's, you've done a lot of work. Enjoy the blessings that you do have. Don't concentrate too much on what you don't have, because everybody's sort of in the same boat right now. And everything, you know, will wrap up the way it's supposed to. You know, after this last card, you have the very first card in the deck. So I think you're going to see a lot more movement coming up, moving into the new year. Right now, it's sort of the eye of the storm. And then get ready. For those of you who are in a committed relationship, again, self-care needs to be primary right now. So a lot of conversation, maybe a little bit of negotiating is a great idea. For those of you who are single and looking for love, I don't know that October is the big fast forward moving month for that, but you do definitely have some charisma happening when you're the sun, because you know the sun, all the other planets revolve around the sun. But please do not let your ego get out of check this month, because with Mars going retrograde, you will just be, bam, brought down to earth. So remain humble if you do have some suitors, okay? And again, for any of you that are in a toxic relationship, self-care is first and foremost. So you really need to know that you're worthy, and you don't need to settle for bullshit from someone else, all right? So, like I said, October is a month for release work, inner work, planning for the future, not so much pushing forward, because you may be a little bit frustrated, because for every, you know, like they say, there's a season for everything. And right now, the season of this October is to tie up loose ends rather than push forward. Okay, I hope that you found this informative, and please stay safe, and I will check in with you next month. Bye.